Stuart, this is Jennifer.
Yes.
So I feel a palpable shift of energy since your birthday retreat. Can you talk about that, please?
Listen, the most powerful thing, deepest thing that I do at these retreats, and when people attend them, not everybody, but 90% of the people, they go through major inner changes inside. Something in them lights up. There's big transformations that take place. The energy is very, very, very strong, and it's intense. And it's not only just sitting and doing a class like this, but it's hands-on and it's direct transmission of Shakti. And the purpose of the retreat is to build that kind of strength in the people that attend so they can go through transformations. Their lives can change. The depth of their inner work can change. They can grow spiritually. That's the point. And I mean, it's the single most powerful thing I do. And I love to do it. It's very hard for me to go through a weekend now. I'm not getting any younger here, but to me, the results are worth every effort, not only in myself, but what I see happens to people that attend these retreats. Now, what people do after, I mean, I don't hire private detectives to follow people around. And what they do afterwards, how they spend that energy, how they use that. I mean, that's between them and God. I can't do anything. All I can do is the best I can do to help them undergo major transitions in themselves. So what you're feeling is the power of a weekend like that, very special weekend. I mean, there's one coming up in October. I'm looking forward to it. Now, again, it's not easy for me to do these weekends. I mean, it's very, very hard work. And, to do 3 classes a day for 2 days with hands-on and lectures. And I mean, I'm completely amazed that I can still do stuff like that. But then it's also this meditation. This meditation makes your inner life younger. The body gets older, but the inner life gets younger. The chakra system gets more highly developed, more refined. And you can do things that are very difficult to do. I mean, I used to do these things with 75 people used to come. How I ever survived it. Somebody made me a t-shirt. I survived another retreat. I used to have 75 people attend these things. When I had that, center on 4th Avenue in Manhattan, there's a lot of people used to go there. Things are a little different now, a little more minimalist, but it's okay with me. I mean, if 75 people showed up here, I'd probably run. What am I going to do? Well, I'd have to grow. That's all. But those retreats are really, they're the most powerful thing I do. And the only way I know this is I see what happens to people that attend. They light up. There's a different look in their eye. There's something deeper, stronger inside them. And it's the transmission of Shakti that does this. Does anyone else have a question? I mean, I used to travel all over the world and do that, and I don't do it anymore. I can't. I mean, Well, anyway, I don't want to get into it. It became very, very difficult. And it's better, if one person shows up, if 20 people show up, they'll get it. I remember Rudy used to talk like that. He said, look, if people in this class don't want to take the energy, I'll leave it in a Chinese restaurant. You know, I mean, the waiter will come by, he'll touch my plate, and the energy will go buzzing right through him. I mean, he used to say things like that. If people don't really want to work and take it, all right, I'll give it wherever I can give it. And I feel the same way. I'm not angry at anybody, but I'm just saying the energy has to go where people are hungry enough to take it. Does anyone else have a question they would like to raise?
Stuart, I have a question, Bob Sink.
I don't know what I'd do, Bob, if you didn't ask a question and every. What's the question?
So you speak about the transmission of energy during a class, and you speak about hands-on healing. Is it the same energy or uh, different?
It's the same energy, only more intense, deeper, more direct. Working directly with the chakra system in a person. It's the same energy, except it's much deeper, it's much stronger, it's much more intense. And it also creates, extraordinary changes inside. I mean, I touch people on the forehead, between the shoulders. I mean, their whole body just jumps and it releases all of that tension that people carry. I mean, especially in the heart chakra. I always kid around. What I do is Kundalini cardiology, you know, because so much tension is wrapped around the heart chakra. It's like a fortress of tension that surrounds in just about every person. And I put my hand between somebody's shoulders and they bounce across the room, some people. Everybody, it's like something they've been holding for 10 lifetimes gets released. It's very powerful. I don't understand it. I never thought about this. I just do it, for God's sake. And I'm grateful that I can be used as this kind of a vehicle. The direct transmission of Shakti, of higher energy, to help people undergo profound inner changes. What can be a better thing to do for anybody? And that happens in that hands-on work. I mean, Jennifer, she had a headache. She had this, just before meditation. And we sat down. I put my hand on her forehead I said, it's not a headache, Jennifer. It's a heartache. You got to let go of all that tension that surrounds your heart. Put my fingers between her shoulder blades and she was bounced across the room. It released so much tension. I mean, Rudy used to do that with me. I would literally go flying across the room. I mean, it was unbelievable. He would touch me and I would bounce about 5 feet. And I had never seen anything like that before in my life. And then I remember one day he took my hands away. He said, you have Nityananda's hands now. And that's why I do this work. Well, it's the same energy. I mean, for God's sake, you can get energy from a doorknob, you know? You can get energy anywhere. Life is energy. But after so many years of refining the chakra system in myself and having used this energy in order to transmit Shakti, it becomes a whole other experience, you know? I wish I could still travel around the world and do it, but I can't, you know? Can't do that anymore. I almost killed myself doing that. Does anyone else have a question? Like,
Stuart, it's Kenny.
yes.
Why is there so much tension around the heart?
You know, people have been hurt in life so much, Kenny, and it usually is an emotional thing. Parents, children, friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, lovers, relationships. People, they're constantly being hurt. Jobs they work in, the tension they have to, you know, that accumulates inside them, the pressure of life. They have no capacity to transform all that stuff. So all of that tension, it just goes right around the heart chakra. Then you have the lack of trust, the lack of forgiveness, the I don't give a shit about anybody, kind of energy that emanates from the heart. And I mean, that's why we've all been hurt. And part of the meditation that I learned from Rudy and that I try to teach is to be able to take that hurt and transform it into love, to transform it into joy, gratitude. Because the ultimate goal of all of this is simply to be a happy person. It's the ultimate goal. To live one's life with joy and love inside them. Ananda, bliss. I mean, when a human being attains that, they become an enlightened person. But it's a swampland of tension that they have to go through and transform inside themselves in order to do what I'm talking about. Lifetimes of tension, anger, resentment, jealousy, fear. I mean, there's a laundry list of words, that describe all of that. Well, everyone has it, and yet everyone has a need inside them. Somewhere in them is a need to be happy. Find joy and love in their life, and the doing of it is overcoming lifetimes of tension that have accumulated in the heart. But once we start getting over that, we finally can take a breath and say, I'm worthy of having an incredible life, a wonderful life, a joyous life. And things go wrong. I mean, look, things go wrong with me. Problems happen. Physical problem. I have to, as I told you all the other day, I have to go have an operation next Friday. Things happen. but you don't make a big soap opera out of them, a big drama. All right, I will go through all this and stay detached, keep my heart open. I think joy, happiness, kindness, love is the final step on the ladder that leads to spiritual enlightenment. It's not what you know about, Sanskrit and all kinds of, the deities and cosmic consciousness. I mean, it's none of that. It's just being a happy person. Very simple. And in order to become a happy person, we have to be able to overcome ourselves. It's not the world out there, it's the world inside. Does anyone else have a question I'd like to ask?
Stuart,
Yes?
this is Jenna.
Yes, Jenna?
Hi. Do some people not have Kriyas?
Yes?
Would that be me?
Yeah. You don't
I
have
don't
to have
have anything.
Kriyas, you know?
I don't have any of that.
The energy will work on you anyway without Kriyas, okay?
Right on.
Don't worry
Okay.
about it.
Okay, thank you.
In fact, the less bouncing they're in class, the deeper the energy goes, you know? I like it when you smile, Jenna. Very nice. Does anyone else have a question they'd like to ask? Okay, there'll be meditation on Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then Friday, I have to have I don't know how I got a hernia, but I got it. I know how I got it. I took up rowing, and I was rowing for a lot. And I think I just pulled a muscle down there, and it just, Anyway, what to do? As they say in Nepalese, K Gane, what to do? Does anyone else have a question? Okay, God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you for dragging out of me all of this stuff. And looking forward to seeing everybody on Sunday. Bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome. Night.
You good night.
Good night.